We're currently logged into the PoP app, the proof of purchase app included as part of the Bright HR package. It allows your employees to log expenses that are out of pocket, whether it be receipt or mileage. You may see on the bottom right corner of the app, we have a plus button. This is going to allow us to log receipts or mileage. We'll start with the mileage. It will bring up our Google Maps and ask us to choose a starting location. Uses Google Maps, we choose it from the list. It will zoom into the location. We'll then put in our finishing location and it will do the same thing. We can add additional sites in between. From the admin side, we've set up the rate per kilometre, but the employee can correct the date, put in a tag, or input notes. They'll then have the option to submit this through, pending approval by someone with a higher access. If we have a receipt that we want to log, we'll follow the same steps. We'll click the plus button, this time select onto receipt, and fill in the details. We can add an attachment and take a photo or choose one that we've already taken, and then filling in the details. Filling in the total cost, the date, so if it was a previous date, we can backdate, selecting categories and tags and notes where necessary. The employee can fill this information in so that when we get this expense come through, we have clear notes and categories and tags as to what this was for. We then submit this through using the pink button. We can then view the expenses that we have put through. We have the tabs up top of all. We can filter by tags to see how much we've spent on gift vouchers versus office supplies, and our categories too. We can then see any completed through the categories, tags, and all as well. So you can see that none of my expenses have yet been approved. We're going to switch across to the desktop view to have a look at the expenses and how to approve them from a desktop, and then we'll come back to the mobile app as well. On the Bright HR website, you'll have the expenses tab on the left-hand side. This is going to give us a desktop view of the PoP app. We can change our date range, filter by all staff or handpick who we'd like, filter by category, and even by status. We're viewing all the expenses that have been put through. We can see ones that have been approved and ones that are pending. We can click our three dots on the far right to do a few options. Let's view the expense first. When viewing the expense, we're going to have the visual of what we put through, the notes, and we have the option to decline or approve the expense. Approving the expense will link in and switch it to being approved. If we head back to the listings, you'll now see that we've got 2 approved and 2 pending. We can also then mark these as paid through here or revert back to pending should something come up that we need to revert it. Let's select mark as paid, and that will move across into our paid option as well. All this information is able to be exported into a CSV file for easier access. We can do these same functions through the mobile app, so we're going to hop back into the app from the admin point of view to show you how to approve and mark as paid the expenses that have been put through. We're back here now on the PoP app from an admin's point of view. It looks the same from the My Expenses page, but we have the 3 lines on the top left that we can select to go through and have a look at the expenses that have been put through and are pending our approval. Heading into approvals, we can see 2 from a Michelle employee that we need to accept. We can click our 3 dots to send messages if we need more information, or simply click onto the actual expense and click the Approve button on the bottom right when we're needing to approve. We can do the same with the other expense by clicking into it. We can even view the image that has been sent through by selecting on the image, and then again approving on the bottom right. This is going to move our expenses from the Pending tab to the Approved tab. We'll give this page a refresh to make sure everything has synced up, and we can see our expenses are in here. We can simply click onto one of the expenses. Again, the same information is there, but we will have the ability to approve them now and mark them as paid. We can go through and do this for mileage and for the receipts. Once they have been paid, they will move across into the paid section. So we can jump across to our paid tab to view them as such. And here we can see our paid and declined expenses. We can even expand to see the list that we've approved. The other functionality as an admin that you'll have is the preferences. You can be setting up your settings in regards to currencies and default rates for the mileage. We can also choose the categories and create custom categories for how we want our team to be categorizing the expenses being put through. And that is how we use the PoP app.